You're listening to Startup Universe Talks, a podcast where we meet with startup founders, angel investors, and major stakeholders of the startup ecosystem. They let us in on the do's and don'ts of running a startup, their career story, and the process of succeeding as well as failing. In other words, everything of interest to startup nerds. Startup Universe is a massive network of opportunities for tech startup founders.
Hello, everyone. This is Startup Universe Talks, and today we have with us Niko Bonatsos, Managing Director at General Catalyst. Nice to have you today, Niko.
Great to meet you. Thank you for the kind invite. Delighted to be here.
And thank you for your time. So one question you must be asked a lot as a venture capitalist is what you see in founders and what would you like to see in founders that you review their pitch decks. And we also had the pleasure to have Niko with us since day one from the first Startup Universe cohort. And today I would like to emphasize into some more details, starting with, besides the curiosity and eagerness to learn, what are some of the other qualities you look for in founders?
Absolutely. So the vast majority of the founders I tend to work with are first-timers. Most often they're technical founders who are building products for themselves. And here's what we're looking for. And this is not like an exhaustive list, but these are some of the things we're looking for. We love people who are really ambitious because we have large funds, and in order to make the math work for LPs, we need founders to really be keen on going all the way. Secondly, as I mentioned, we must invest in first-time founders. They don't really have a lot of experience, so we want them to have the ability to learn really, really quickly. Treat every customer interaction, every investor meeting, everything they do as a learning opportunity. Thirdly, we want founders to be very, very stubborn with a lot of perseverance. Some call it, like authenticity. Others call it like paranoia. But there should be, some stubbornness in the mix for them to go the extra mile when shit hits the fan. Because as a founder of a company, it's a journey and the highs are high, but the lows are really low. When that happens, you got to have a inner calling or be, insane when it comes to perseverance to keep going. And then fourthly, if I were to add one more, we're looking for founders who are really, really resourceful. Individuals who can tap into their networks, reach out to other founders who do things for free on their behalf. These are some of the things we're looking for.
That's fascinating, and thank you for the extra bonus point.
Sure.
For you personally, how has your international academic and professional development helped you in your own process? You have mentioned that back then you were on a hunt of degrees. What were you thinking? What were you thinking during that period, and any of the goals that you can recall?
Yeah, I would say that having collected a number of degrees in engineering and having worked myself as a computer engineer and researcher for a couple of years, especially in the early years of my career in venture capital, the first, 3, 4 years, it gave me a better understanding of what the challenges of technical founders are. I was less, susceptible to their BS, and I was seen, as one of them and not somebody, who couldn't really understand whatever they're talking about. But from there on, especially in Silicon Valley, and now Silicon Valley is a mindset, of course, it's more about what can you build and who you know. So I would say it was helpful the first few years, but after that, it was more about Who are the people that you've invested in? Who are the ones that can vouch for you? How are your portfolio companies doing? And not where did you go to school or what, degrees did you collect and, where are you an expert in? Venture capital, over time, you lose all your skills.
That's pretty unique to say. I don't think it's usually spoken. And having mentioned those early stages on someone's career and now relating this to the startups, when a venture capital firm grows and starts to invest in multi-stages like General Catalyst does, do you believe for the firm it is easier to lose focus on early stage ventures and miss great talent because it starts to focus on more growth and bigger startups?
Look, at GC now we're a team of teams. So we have 5 pools of capital we're investing out of. Early stage is the core. This is where the roots of the firm are. We've been in it since 2000. We, of course, have an awesome growth team. We have a creation team. We have a customer value fund, and we have a healthcare only fund. For each product that we have in the market, there are a few people, like 2 to 5 partners or MDs, alongside our awesome emerging investors. The reputation is on the line to make it work. So it's a little bit different how we approach growth opportunities versus early stage opportunities. The ideal for us is to do what we've done with Stripe. Invest in the company really early on and continue to invest more capital as they go through their awesome journey of becoming category-defining business.
That's good to know, especially for the founders. That all of us, I believe, are curious to understand the structure and what goes on behind in order for us to approach things on a better way. And since you have been a guest on multiple interviews, on an interview back in 2021 by Learn from the Greeks, you said that you are just getting started. Can you tell us about your future plans and what's your goal in your life?
For sure. So I still think I'm getting started. So my goal in life is to live a balanced life with my loved ones and be remembered as an individual who most of the times did the right thing for the people around him. Professionally, what gets me really excited is every single day when I meet founders, when I talk to my wonderful partners at GC, or when I open my insane email inbox, I'm really eager to hear about the next big idea that founders were really enthused about it working on. Like, I'm genuinely curious, excited, can't wait to see every day what the world has in the docket for me. And from an impact standpoint for our wonderful LPs, is to see some of the companies we back become household brands 5, 7, 8 years, from today. The best thing about working in venture capital is that it's a very dynamic industry. Like, you think you are an expert in something this year, that's great, but man, tough luck. Next year, there's going to be something else. So it keeps you on your toes. Right now, particularly enthused to invest in young Gen Z founders. They're very different than those before them. So every single day, I'm learning a lot. So right now, my goal is to make some great investments in technical Gen Z founders who are building products for themselves. They have a shot at changing the face of the internet as we know it today.
And being a Gen Z myself, observing your content and your work lately, I can say that you have a great way to target Gen Zs. And the content that you post or produce, I have to say it must have an impact on them and truly influence the way of doing things. As you mentioned before and have said plenty of times, you invest in ridiculously ambitious founders. What measures do you take to protect yourself from investing in the next Adam Neumann from WeWork or Elizabeth Holmes from Theranos? Sometimes such visionary founders present very unorthodox business models that rarely prove to become viable businesses. We have heard about big companies such as Uber that only lately started to become profitable. What's your take on that?
Look, we have a large portfolio. We make quite a few pre-seed and seed stage early investments, like about 40 a year. Is it inevitable, despite our best efforts, that we will stumble upon and invest in some ridiculously ambitious, great storyteller founders who tell us all the right things and will have bulletproof references from those who work with them, knew them from before? I think so. But it's on us as we start working with those people after we invest to really, figure out if they're doing what they're saying, meaning delivering on their promises, if they have high integrity and treat their team members with respect while also doing the right thing. So I've learned myself as I was earlier in my career, not to take shortcuts and doing references, for the founders I want to work with. I've also learned myself the hard way that working with people who I'm not sure about their integrity is never a good idea. So whenever you stumble upon a situation like that, always inform your partners, share, the bad news with all the relevant stakeholders quickly. Best thing you can do, cut bait and get your time back at least, move on, with your life, focusing on the rest of your portfolio and seek for new investments.
And I presume because it is hard to get back a ticket that you have given, investing in early stages has such an advantage that you can stop investing in their next rounds and protect yourself as much as possible.
You got it. Yeah. In early stage investing, pre-seed, seed, series A, sometimes early B, you can only lose your money once. Like at the pre-seed seed stage, 60-70% of the companies go down to zero. But we're in the business of seeing 1 out of 10 become a 30x plus return, for us.
Since you mentioned the investment and the returns of venture capital, do you think venture capitalists only care about the financial aspect of the venture model of the venture industry, or there is something more to it? If apart from the fact that you mentioned that you have the chance to meet such ambitious and passionate founders.
We do care a lot about the space and the market opportunity. Of course, we at GC, core tenet of our thesis for investing is our responsible innovation framework. Our mission is to do really well by doing, good for the world. So yeah, we absolutely care. Like we would not invest in some what seem to be like great businesses, but they're in spaces we don't think, they're the right thing for the world.
Mm-hmm. What's like to invest in Discord, Hive, Snap, or their equivalent, as well as Stripe, Airbnb, and Canva in regards to the whole portfolio of General Catalyst? How it feels for you personally?
we are very privileged to be in business with so many fantastic, like founders. And they do all the hard work. We do a lot of the smiling. Yeah, and it's like amazing that many of them we got in at the pre-seed stage, seed stage, Series A stage. So yeah, hopefully we can be partners with more and more of those. Personally, I feel very proud that my partners and myself have been collaborating with such a great roster of founders. We learn from them every single day. And oh my God, we can see the impact they have on their customers and the world, depending on their respective industries they're in.
That is great. And have you identified a point where a startup finds product market fit?
Great question. The way I like to answer that question is, if the founders go on vacation for a month, things continue to grow. You often see a lot of the users or customers complain about the product, saying it's like shit, it's buggy, but they never churn. They want to pay for it. They're really engaged. So it feels basically like Christmas Day every day.
And essentially, this relates to the quote of being a founder, having a business means that you can step away from your business for some time. Things will remain operational. Otherwise, you have a job till that point.
Yeah, that's right.
Niko, it was great to have you with us today. It is really inspiring for us to see your energetic vibes and try to motivate yourself, because we get inspiration from that too, I can say. Last question I would have is, what's your goal? What's your purpose in life? Something that you have been thinking?
Yeah, my purpose in life is, as I mentioned, to live a balanced life with my loved ones and be remembered as somebody who did the right thing for those around them, at least in most, of the situations that I'll find myself. Right now, I'm pretty focused on my family and my career. These are the two different, roles that I play day to day in life. And I hope, as time goes by, if we're fortunate enough to be healthy, to start thinking about legacy and creating an impact to leave the world, in a better place than what I found it.
And I think that being a venture capitalist is a great way to do that and have an impact the whole world across generations, investing in great companies, as you said. Thank you very much for your time, and hope we'll continue to see your great work in the as time goes on.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you, George. Here to help. I'm pretty approachable. As I mentioned, I'm always eager to hear about the next big idea. I don't care where the founders come from, where they went to school. I deeply care about them being authentic, ambitious. Can they learn quickly? Are they stubborn and resourceful? So yeah, you can find me online in all the social media channels.
That's great to know. And thank you, every one of you, for watching this episode. And we hope you will be with us till the next one.
Beautiful. Thank you.